Number 1 on his Arrows car, but no longer number 1 on the grid. Today in practice, he spun off the circuit and also had gearbox problems. Although only 13th fastest, he was pleased with the day's work, an indication of his change in fortunes. Last year, he'd have settled for nothing less than first. But in recent months, his preparations have been dogged by technical problems. During testing at Silverstone before he left for Australia, it was clear Hill is facing a very different challenge this time round. Slower lap times and an unreliable engine, something he was not used to at Williams. The limitations on his car mean dreams of retaining the title have all but gone up in smoke.
This year I'm not in a car that's going to be capable of winning the championship, and I'm going to try my best to help them develop the car and the engine to be more competitive, but realistically I'm going to have to sit and watch the championship be taken from me by someone else.
Jackie Stewart heads another new outfit, another British hope. Remarkably, Stewart Ford is unpacking in Melbourne barely a year after its conception. The logistics of transporting their equipment and army of technicians has not been the only headache. Designing and building their cars so quickly has been the real race.
We could do with much more time, you know, it's certainly better for us.
Jackie's son Paul is the man who's carried the pressure of starting the team from scratch.
At the same time, working on the cars, preparing them, or redesigning parts and so on, it's a lot goes into achieving what we are seeing here today.
And what we see here now is the final product, but behind the scenes...
Certainly there is. All the equipment that I mentioned that's being unloaded, this is it happening effectively in process. We have this 18 tons of kit here coming in these specially designed black boxes here. We have the computer racks behind that screen, engines over there.
After today's practice, both Stewart's drivers finished towards the bottom of the pack. Disappointing, but they survived the day. But while there's a sense of the unknown about how the Ford Stewart team will perform or how Damon Hill will get on race day, everybody here expects at least one British success. World champions Williams are again the team to beat this year. Their progress will be watched by billions worldwide as the television networks gear up for perhaps the closest championship for years.
It really is going to be tremendously competitive. If I had to put my money on anybody for the World Championship, I would very queasily put it on Jacques Villeneuve, but I wouldn't do it with an enormous amount of confidence.
But it was Villeneuve's partner at Williams, Heinz-Harald Frentzen, who led their challenge today. Frentzen, the man who replaced Damon Hill this season. The quickest of all was Michael Schumacher in his Ferrari. He knows tomorrow's qualifying will be a more meaningful test, but he already has his sights on victory. Steve Scott, News at 10, Melbourne.
ITV will report the race live starting at 2:10 on Sunday morning. If that's too late for you, you can see it at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon here on ITV. Crystal Palace and Norwich have been heavily fined for a punch-up on the pitch last December.